Back on the show is Andre Soukhamthath, who's coming off an impressive, a huge win this past weekend at UFC Fresno. He knocked out Luke Sanders to get his first UFC victory. Andre, how are you? You must be on top of the world right now.
Man, I feel great, man. You know, back to normal life, you know, being a daddy and doing my normal routines, but in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, knowing that I won that fight, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, you know, I mentioned it off air, you know, congratulations on the win. Just very impressive. Your back was against the wall in this one. You know, you had the two losses. You know, just how much weight was lifted off your shoulders when you saw that Sanders was knocked out? You know, you put your hands up. I mean, what was that feeling like at that time?
Man, well, you saw the look on my face, man. I was in total shock, and I just couldn't believe it was happening. I looked up, and I saw my wife, and she's like, that's what you do. You know, and my coach was like, why are you so surprised? Evan, you know, Evan. He was like, that's what you do. Why are you so surprised? And I was just so shocked because I never knew what that feeling felt like. And I finally got to feel it. And it felt so real for like 10 seconds. But then after it hit it, you know, it kicked in. I was just like, you know what? This is what I do. This is what I do. And I belong here, you know?
Yeah, you certainly do, man. And it was so good to see because I think for those of us who have followed your career, I mean, you know, leading up to you winning the CES title, we know what you're capable of. And we know that, you know, obviously you had the short notice fight against Morales, which was, again, a close fight. And the Perez fight, you know, very controversial. So, I mean, you know, to get that win the way you did was just so awesome to see. You know, looking back on that, is that sort of the best, you know, career moment for you right now, getting that UFC win?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely number one right now.
Yeah.
It has to be number one. My first UFC win, the way I won, you know, short notice, with my job being on the line and it ending like that, it was perfect.
Did Greg Rebello finally say something nice to you after winning that fight?
Yeah, he gave me a nice shout out. He almost made me cry. Made me cry. I was surprised.
No, that's awesome because Ribs obviously gives a lot of people a hard time in a joking manner. I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah. How did you celebrate? How did you celebrate that night after the win? Because again, that was a very impressive performance.
Man, I had some fans, some fellow Laotians, because there's a lot of Laotians in Fresno. They invited me to their restaurant, so you know I had some friends from Woonsocket and their wives come watch my fight, and so it was just a group of us. We went out to eat, and then. And their friend owned the club, so they went to the club. 2 bottles on them, man, and then it's a wrap after that. It was a good time, man. So, you know, we were looking all dapper. I know I was, and it felt good. I felt like a star, and I was definitely enjoying the win.
What was the feedback like from the UFC? I'm sure they said something after you, you know, after that win, because again, you were the underdog heading into the fight, and you went out there and knocked out a guy who'd only lost one time in his career.
I saw the look on Sean Shelby in a mixed face after I knocked him out. I didn't really speak to them after that. I went up to him and said, you know, that's the real me, the focused me, you know what I mean? And that's all I said. And the people in the back were pretty happy that I won because I really appreciate them. I show everybody I appreciate them. So, you know, they knew that I was really worried, and I was just like, I guess I'll see you guys again soon, you know, so that's about it, man. But nothing from, like, Sean Shelby, Dana, nothing like that, yeah. But I know that social media...
I was just going to ask you, social media was erupting that night when you got that win.
Yeah. Yeah, the UFC was shouting me out a lot in their social media, so, you know, that's a good sign.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to definitely go in the demo reel there for sure, that win. As far as when you want to fight next, have you kind of mapped that out yet? I know this is very fresh, but they have that card in Boston. I don't know if they've completely filled it up, but I would imagine, is that a card you're looking at?
If I was fighting in January, I'd like to know now. You know, I wouldn't take like a short notice one again. I'd like to know now, at least 4 weeks to train. And if that doesn't happen, I'm in no position to call them up and be like, hey, you know, I want to fight as soon as possible. No, I'm going to enjoy this win, and I'm going to develop, and I'm going to keep getting better. And then when they give me another fight, I'll be ready. Anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anytime. And you know I mean that.
No, absolutely. Is there anyone you want to fight next? I mean, at this point, you're the hammer, you're not the nail. So, I mean, you can kind of, you know, have a little bit of leverage there. Is there anyone in particular you want to fight, or leave that up to the UFC?
I'll leave it up to the UFC. You know, there's a couple guys in the bantamweight division that are getting some hype, you know, a lot of hype that I'd like to steal. But we don't have to talk about that right now. Hopefully I'll get that fight. I'm not the type to call out guys. But like I said, I'll fight anyone. They want me to fight top 10, I'll fight top 10. They want me to keep working my way, building my way up, I'll do that too. But if Luke Sanders were to beat Brian Caraway, that would have put him in 15. So I don't know where that puts me.
Yeah, no, it certainly puts you up there for sure. Now, let's say you don't get a fight booked on that Boston card. You want to take some time off. What are the plans for the holiday season? I imagine you're really going to enjoy this one with the family.
Yeah, we're just going to hang out, me, my kids, and my wife, and hang out, just us, like always, and just enjoying ourselves, We got the win. We're enjoying the win right now, and then when the holidays come, well, we'll enjoy the holidays. My son was telling me that he wants a Transformer. If Daddy wins, can you give me Transformer? So I think he's going to get a Transformer.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, Andre, again, it was so great seeing you get that win. I know how much you've put into the sport, and I'm glad to see things paying off. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors, shout-outs, anything like that, man, the floor is yours.
Thanks, James. I'd like to thank Combat Club, Hard Knock 365, Triforce MMA, Dave Keefe, my sponsors, Phil Gallo, Chef Fit Meal Plans, Alter Chiropractic, Dr. Hero, and there's one more, Palm Beach Cryotherapy. You can find me on Andre Souk MMA, Twitter, Instagram, like my Facebook page, and that's really it, man.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.